Hey, what's going on? It's yours truly, Kevin Key, Kevin Key Speaks. And what am I talking about today? How about what does your road look like? You know, a lot of times we're driving down the road and we don't really think about the surface of the road until there's a bump. We're just driving along, and we're following the path. But here's the interesting thing about a road. A road always leads somewhere, right? Sounds simple, but it's true. You can't just get off the road and go driving up in the grass. Otherwise, you're probably going to get stuck. Now, there's some of us that's got some really big trucks and stuff, but for the most part, you have to follow the road. Now, interesting thing is, we as people, we are our own roads, right? And we lead people different places. We lead them the way that we want them to go, the way that we want them to treat us, the way that we want different things, the way that we want gifts, the way that we want prizes, the way that we want accolades for our accomplishments, pats on the backs, all these type of things. We lead people based on how our road is, right? And an interesting thing about the way that we grow up, sometimes everything doesn't always go our way, or sometimes we fall into things that kind of wear away at our road. It's interesting that as we're going down the road, some of it's smooth, some of it's not. Some of it's bumpy, some of it's patched, but all of them are the road, right? And it goes on for miles. And as we go, the road changes as the terrain and as the environment around us changes as well. This is true to our life. As we're going down the road, things change. The way that we view things change. The way that we feel about things change. The people that we're around change. But what's interesting is that cars are consistently going down the road the same. All types of cars, right? New cars, old cars, expensive cars, cheap cars, all of them are going down the same road, which is your life. We can't change based on the vehicles that are on the road. That pothole is there for the 18-wheeler just like it's there for the sports car. We have to recognize that all of these bumps and these ruts or these soft spots are part of who we are. And we've got to start accepting who we are. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And here's the thing, no matter who we're around, it shows. Now, the good thing is we can patch the road. Sometimes it's more than patching, it's about digging up the terrain and starting new. But guess what? You can't go all the way backwards. You gotta have a starting point. You gotta say, okay, this is where I'm at today. This is who I am. Now, how can I improve from that? The first thing is simply accepting who you are. A lot of times we just go back and forth and we try to forget about the previous road. Well, we can't forget about it because it's still there, but we can carve a new road to somewhere else. That terrain, remember I was saying the road goes one way. If you just veer off, then you're going to be in some weird area where your vehicle can't go. Well, here's the thing about that weird area. You can create a road. Currently, there's no road there, right? But we have the ability to change our direction. Now, granted, it takes work, right? Whenever we see expansion on the highway, whenever we see them adding a new off-ramp, we end up see the heavy equipment, the bulldozers, and all these things have to go out. They got to dig the dirt up. They got to lay the foundation. They have to set everything out. And there's delays. There's, traffic. There's all these other things that happen during that building phase. And that's the same thing with our lives. While we're under construction, you got to understand there are going to be some delays. And that's just a part of growth. We've got to accept that to grow, there's going to be some inconveniences. There's going to be some disappointments. There's going to be some setbacks. But that's okay because we have a goal in mind. And it's super important to always remember where you're going. See, without the vision, you don't know where you're going. and you get frustrated and you get stuck in the process. But the vision tells you that you're not going to always be in that process. There's somewhere you're going with this. So as always, everybody, this is encouragement. I just want you all to know that just because the road started off bumpy, or for some people, it started off amazing. It was freshly paved, but as big trucks went by, as all this traffic hit it, some of the road decayed. And the thing about it is, it doesn't have to stay decayed. We're not saying go back all the way to the beginning, but guess what? From where you start, you can set a marker and move from there. Sometimes we just need to stop and assess what's going on and see if this current road is still working. Sometimes we set roads up years ago when it worked or when that was the best route. But as time goes on, the old roads sometimes need to be closed. What are the roads in your life right now that need to be closed off? That's a question to think about. This is yours truly, Kevin Key. Kevin Key Speaks. It's time to build some new roads, new pathways that can handle way more bandwidth than the small country roads. You can do it. Stay encouraged. KevinKeySpeaks.com. See you on the next one.
Thanks for watching another inspiring video by Kevin Key. Be sure to check out KevinKeySpeaks.com where you can find even more inspiring videos, merchandise, and more. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.